The implications here are worrying.
Why do they lose more actual pony resemblance with every generation? Those are not horses.
1800s pug, 2020s pug. Man, that is concerning. Eventually, My Little Ponies will not be able to give birth without human intervention, just like the pug. This does have terrifying implications, and that sentence alone, I think, fulfilled most of them at once. That was probably the worst thing I'll say today. That was awful. That was awful. The top comment does worse. Inbreeding does that. All right. You know what? We're starting this video off at the weakest point I think I've ever been at, so let's just keep going on and see how worse it can get. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/Tumblr, a subreddit dedicated to images from that wacky little blogging site that lives in a constant state of Schrodinger's box. Is it dead? Is it alive? Who knows? Most people, it is still up and alive. Let's just get right into it. MultiPurpose. I don't want my laptop to be the thinnest model yet. I want a battery that will outlast the sun, a screen big enough to blind the person behind me, more USB slots than there are Apple fanboys in my Bay Area, and a frickin' disc reader and writer. I will pay extra for it to be heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death. Look, the modernization and innovation of technology has gotten weird because it hasn't become, let's make the best thing. It's become, let's make the most stylish thing. Let's make the best, but let's not really innovate too hard on that. Let's just do other things. Like, a good example is Apple being like, we're so brave, we removed your headphone jack. Like, cool. Thanks, dickhead. I was using that. Oh my god, I just watched the Apple event, and I do have to laugh. The new M1 chip is just two of them taped together. That's the best way to put it in layman's terms. But like, innovation at a certain point starts to just be about how it looks, how it performs. But it almost is never just like, here's something weird, wacky, and wahoo yeehaw. It is innovative, it is new, not probably the most applicable thing. Like, it's all become very practical. I guess I've lost where I'm going with this. Number do go up, but it feels like we lose stuff along the way. I think that's the best way I can put it. Same!
Are you okay?
No, I'm living in a country run by clowns.
This is probably the most inclusive post ever made on Tumblr.
What country is this about? Yes. Remember, career politicians will do nothing but secure their own power. That's the last bit I can say about this post before I go too far off the deep end. We're just gonna move on. Thanks, have a nice day. SpiderMan x Deadpool. I want a Spider-Man and Deadpool movie that is PG-13, and of course Wade is constantly breaking the fourth wall. He's making up all of these filler cuss words and Peter's just confused, like, what the heck? Wade just says, I only get one frick word in this movie, so I'm saving it for an opportune moment. Then there's a long moment of silence as Wade realizes what he said, hangs his head with a disappointed side, followed by a bleeped out fuck. I mean, realistically speaking though, like, that's kind of the thing. That's why Deadpool is fun, but his antics I feel like would detract from any other movie that he's in. Unless, like, Deadpool has to be the focus. That's like the big thing I think has to be the case with Deadpool, is like, he will just become annoying if not, being the main focus of attention. That said, a Spider-Man movie with Deadpool and Venom could also be fun. That sounds like a great time. Just put Venom and Deadpool in a room, see what comes out. I think something bad comes out. In fact, I'm pretty sure that happened and it was just a nightmare. You can't write your own name. You walk into a room to find that the only way to escape is by writing a name of a real person on a piece of paper. This will kill that person. But babe, you only need to write one name. Sir, stop that. I said stop. You can't write your own name. Ooh. The two sides of intense hatred. That is just, that is pain. At the same time, I do find it funny because it is just non-consensual Death Note, but like from the perspective of like the diary itself forcing its actions upon somebody else. I've never watched Death Note. Is that how it works? I know there's like a weird demon guy. Is he the book? Is he Jonathan Book himself? Writer of Dead Notes? Man, I should really watch Death Note at some point. I'm making references that I don't understand, and that's a dangerous game. The summoning! I'ma say Candyman 5 times, when my homie says Beetlejuice 3 times, then we're gonna make them fight. Okay, maybe there are still some funny people on Twitter. WWE announcer. And here comes Bloody Mary with the steel chair! Look, All I'm saying is the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate History leveled a city, so we might have to scale it back a little bit, you know? Because realistically speaking, if we just take a couple of horror icons at once and make them fight it out, we can film it and sell it. But if they destroy the whole city, there's no one to sell to. So we just got an Ultimate Battle of Ultimate History, just scale it down. Like, this is the indie version of it, you know? This is the small scale. This is the scrappy version that we're throwing together with a camera and a couple of demonic summonings. That's just how it'll be. And, you know, we might not make as much money, but there'll still be a city after.
The government literally wanted to nuke New York, and now they're the ones telling the Avengers that they've caused too much damage. I literally...
Well, at least it's 100% in character with how a government would act. Oh, yeah, no, that is actual. That is real. That is real. Man, you caused less damage than we ever would have. How dare you?
Like, come on. At the same time, no, that is just how it is.
Also, the first line of the government literally wanted to nuke New York had me stopping for a second because I was afraid that the Manhattan Project was the name of the target. The height of comedy.
As a kid, I never appreciated the comedic genius of my elementary school principal, who, whenever our school wanted to get to the other school as sport, would play what felt like 2 minutes of We Are the Champions over the PA during announcements. And just as it's going, "'cause we are the champions of," he'd stop and his deadpan voice over the PA system would go, "Brampton." We had a middle school dance DJ who would do something similar with Party in the USA. He'd play the chorus like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, it's party time," and then stop the music and just say, "School." This is so freaking funny.
God, I love this. I love this. In elementary school, we had dances a lot, right? And I, in my infinite, socially uncomfortable and maladjusted way, wore down the DJ over the course of several years to play through the fire and the flames of the dance, and nobody but me was having a good time, and that was the funniest thing to me in retrospect.
Il Presidente. He's not my president bumper sticker with the picture of some random guy that has never been president. Oh, no, it's just a picture of Mike Rowe on the back of somebody's car, and this is a factually accurate statement, and I love it.
PDF 1, IT 0.
How do I download PDF?
Laughable, obvious shorthand for completely tech incompetent old people.
How do I edit PDF?
Deep mystery our top technologists are still working on to this day.
I once installed a trial of Acrobat Pro to fix a PDF, and it was beyond comprehension. I gave up and recreated it in Word. I work in IT.
What? No. If I can figure this out, anyone can. I am somewhat technically illiterate in most cases. If I can figure it out, anyone can. I'm floored. You can edit the form fields, or you can no, I'm being judgy. They took the best course of action. PDF editing is a black magic that I only get right sometimes. It is a nightmare. Why are PDFs the way they do? No one knows. Do werewolves have toe beans?
Of course they have toe beans. What else do you suck on?
If there is a god, mine is surely a trickster, giving me the miracle of sight and of comprehension only for me to be cursed to use it on what you just said. You know what? No. You had it coming. If I understand your Tumblr handle correctly, you like Sylvanas from World of Warcraft, and that's an issue. That's an issue because she stopped having good writing after Wrath of the Lich King. So I get to pass judgment on you. For once, the weird toe furry, completely ignored. I've got a bigger fish to fry here. 5D chess with multiverse time travel.
My nephew, who is like 11 or 12, is playing 5D chess with multiverse time travel, which is exactly what it says on the tin, and I've never been more terrified of the youth today. Here's a sample picture from the Steam page. What the hell is this?
I'm a physics undergrad, and this game will be my PhD dissertation.
Whoever made this is a psychopath.
I can see why this game has the psychological horror tag. I couldn't sleep for weeks. Perfect for chess novices, because even if you play against an expert, they're just as confused as you are.
A terrible tool for teaching someone how to play chess.
What? I want to play this game at some point, but I actually think I'll have a nervous breakdown. Brings a whole new meaning to death metal.
Today, scientists created a sound so loud it can instantly boil water.
Oh, haven't you heard? Gets vaporized. Never pass the scientist the aux cord. Oh My God. That's terrifying. Imagine if just like, honey, can you get the water boiling? Sure, let me just... Like, just the unending, consistent, rising, high-pitched dog whistle as the pot of water turns neon red as it just begins to melt. Just science. What's for dinner? Yes! Frick you! Dies and does it rot? Trees before the fungi learn. There was this documentary we were watching in my apartment, and it was talking about this thing called the agaricon, which is like a big mushroom colony that was like rare or something. I don't know the full context, but they kept presenting it in this like pseudo-religious way, and it broke me because every time it would just come on, we'd just be like, all hail the agaricon. And let me tell you, the fungi are learning. We're worshiping them now. Truth! Windmills and lighthouses are cousins. Towers with jobs. Look, you've never seen a tower doing work because they're all doing their best every second of the day, but they make it look effortless. And that's why we need to respect our windmills more. They make it the flower. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use a reminder that Tumblr is in fact alive and kicking. Just not very hard. If you want more r/Tumblr, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.